Welcome to Wellness Wisdom, where small changes make a big difference. Today's video could literally change how you eat and how you age, because believe it or not, the way you heat your food could be silently harming your health. Many of us microwave out of habit. It's fast, easy, convenient, but some foods lose their healing power, or even turn toxic in the microwave. And for seniors or anyone focused on longevity, digestion, and energy, this matters a lot. We'll reveal 5 everyday foods you should never microwave, and 5 you should always bake to unlock their full nutritional power. These aren't just cooking tips. They're strategies to protect your gut, boost your brain, and support your body for years to come. So hit that subscribe button and stay with us. Your health is worth every second of this. Let's get into it. Microwaves make things simple. Pop in your meal, press a button, and you're eating in minutes. That's why so many older adults rely on them. But not every food handles microwave heat well. Some lose their goodness, others turn risky. And for seniors like Margaret, 72, who deals with a sensitive stomach, these changes can quietly make meals less nutritious or even unsafe. You can't always see the damage. Microwaving can break down nutrients, mess with food's natural texture, or cause chemical changes that aren't good for your health. Our bodies become more sensitive as we age, especially when it comes to digestion and immune function. That's why it's smart to be picky about how we heat what we eat. On the flip side, baking certain foods can actually boost their health benefits. The oven's steady, gentle warmth can unlock flavor and nutrition in ways a microwave can't. So today, let's talk about 5 everyday foods that don't belong in the microwave, and 5 that shine when baked. A few small changes might help you feel better after meals and avoid common health pitfalls. Let's start with a sneaky one, hard-boiled eggs. These little protein packs seem perfect. Already cooked, easy to grab, and full of energy. But warming them in the microwave? That's a bad idea. Take Walter, 78, who tried to reheat his boiled egg one morning. It looked fine, but the second he cut into it, boom, it exploded. That steam inside builds fast, and since the egg is sealed, it can't escape. The result? A hot mess at best, and a real burn risk at worst. For anyone with slower reflexes or limited mobility, that's a serious concern. And even if it doesn't burst, microwave heat doesn't always reach the middle. That uneven warming can leave behind bacteria like salmonella. For seniors, food poisoning is no small matter. A better approach? Slice your egg and warm it gently in a pan with a splash of water. Or better yet, enjoy it cold. Add it to a salad or sprinkle on a little salt. Cold eggs can be delicious and safe. The microwave just isn't the right match here. Next up, processed meats. Think hot dogs, bacon, deli ham, and sausages. They're fast, familiar, and often linked to comfort food. But heating them in the microwave, especially over and over, can change what's in them. These meats already contain preservatives like nitrites, which help with color and shelf life. But when exposed to high microwave heat, those nitrites can morph into something else, nitrosamines. These compounds have been linked to health concerns, especially in long-term studies. Harold, 70, used to microwave a sausage every morning. It was easy, but he started noticing more heartburn and stomach upset. Once he switched to oven-baked turkey slices instead, things improved. The oven cooks meat evenly and doesn't bring the same chemical risks. And it tastes better too. If you still want the occasional hot dog, try heating it in a pan or the oven on low. It takes a few more minutes, but your body will thank you. These nutrients don't stand up well to the harsh, uneven heat of a microwave. What often happens is that pockets of milk get scalding hot while other parts stay cool. That kind of heat destroys many of the helpful components in breast milk, turning a powerful immune booster into just another warm liquid. And for babies, especially newborns with developing systems, that loss can make a difference. Take Carol, 66, who helps watch her grandson a few days a week. She used to warm bottles in the microwave until her daughter gently explained the risks. Now Carol uses a warm water bath instead. It takes a little longer, but she knows every drop of that milk keeps its natural goodness. There's also a serious safety issue. Microwaved bottles can develop hot spots. A baby might drink what seems like warm milk and end up with a burn in the mouth or throat. That's a scary possibility no caregiver wants to face. So what's the right way to do it? Place the bottle in a bowl of warm water and swirl gently. You can also use a bottle warmer that keeps the temperature controlled and consistent. Never heat directly on the stove or microwave. Just like we're careful with how we prepare food for ourselves, we need to be just as thoughtful, maybe even more so, when it comes to our little ones. Breast milk is precious. Let's protect its power by treating it gently and skipping the zap. Now let's move on to something that might surprise you: leftover potatoes. Yes, good old potatoes, especially the kind we've already cooked and cooled, like in potato salad or mashed leftovers. They seem harmless, right? But microwaving them can create an unexpected problem. When starchy foods like potatoes are cooked, cooled, and then reheated quickly, especially in a microwave, they can sometimes produce a compound called acrylamide. This chemical forms more easily when starches are exposed to high, dry heat, but microwaving can still contribute to its development under the right or wrong conditions. Acrylamide has been linked in studies to potential risks when consumed in large amounts over time. For seniors who eat potatoes regularly and reheat leftovers often, this is something to be aware of. It's not just about chemicals either. Microwave potatoes can become dry, tough, or strangely mushy depending on how they were stored. If you've ever tried to reheat mashed potatoes and found the texture off or the flavor dull, you've experienced the microwave effect. Doris, 74, found she was feeling bloated every time she reheated leftover baked potatoes. Once she switched to warming them in the oven or gently pan-frying slices with a bit of olive oil, the discomfort eased. So what's the safer path? If you have leftover potatoes, reheat them in the oven at a low temperature or toss them into a skillet with some healthy oil. This not only preserves flavor and texture, but helps minimize acrylamide formation. And remember, if the potatoes sat at room temperature too long before refrigeration, don't reheat them at all. Bacteria like Clostridium botulinum can grow in improperly stored potatoes, and microwaving doesn't always kill them. Potatoes are a comfort food, and they can be a healthy part of your meals. Just be mindful of how you warm them. Your body will thank you, just like a well-composed symphony of flavor and nutrition. Take Harold, 72, who started baking his salmon with a bit of dill and a touch of olive oil after years of zapping frozen fillets. He not only noticed the taste was better, but his joints felt less stiff over time. That's no coincidence. The anti-inflammatory powers of omega-3s work best when they aren't damaged by harsh cooking methods. Baking also reduces the chances of overcooking, which can strip the fish of its moisture and make it tough to chew, something many seniors struggle with. And let's not forget safety. Microwaved fish can smell strong and linger in the kitchen, often turning mealtime into something less enjoyable. Baking minimizes odor, and with a bit of parchment paper or foil, cleanup is simple. So, when you're planning a nourishing meal that supports your mind and body, make salmon a regular guest at your dinner table. Just be sure the oven is invited too. It's a small shift with big benefits, especially as we age. 7. Sweet potatoes. Why they bake better for digestion and blood sugar. Sweet potatoes are a nutritional powerhouse, rich in fiber, potassium, and beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. That's key for immune support, vision, and skin health, especially as we get older. But the magic of sweet potatoes isn't just in what they contain, it's also in how we cook them. Microwaving sweet potatoes can cook them too quickly, breaking down some of their natural structure in a way that causes a fast spike in blood sugar. For seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance, this can be a problem. Baking sweet potatoes slowly at moderate heat does the opposite. It helps their sugars caramelize gently, keeping your blood sugar response steadier and digestion smoother. Take Eileen, 68, who used to feel tired after lunch when she'd microwave her sweet potato for speed. Once she switched to baking it in the oven ahead of time and reheating gently, her energy stayed stable throughout the day. The slower process also brings out the natural sweetness, making it easier to enjoy without added sugar or butter. Texturally, baked sweet potatoes come out fluffy and tender, with a slight crisp on the outside if left unwrapped. That contrast is not only pleasing but easier to chew. You can even prep them in batches. Bake 4 or 5 at once and store them in the fridge for simple, nourishing meals all week. Warm one in the oven, top with cinnamon, a dab of plain yogurt, or a sprinkle of nuts. And you've got a dish that supports both health and comfort. When it comes to digestion, flavor, and blood sugar, sweet potatoes belong in the oven, where their natural goodness can truly shine. And just like sweet potatoes, baked apples invite a world of simple, wholesome additions. A dash of cinnamon brings anti-inflammatory benefits and warms the palate. A sprinkle of oats or chopped almonds can add texture, fiber, and heart-healthy fats, turning your apple into a mini-meal or a naturally sweet dessert. Unlike store-bought pastries or microwave snacks, a baked apple offers satisfaction without the heaviness, sugar spikes, or processed ingredients. For seniors who may struggle with appetite or prefer lighter fare in the evening, a warm baked apple can be the perfect end-of-day comfort. You can prepare several at once, store them in the fridge, and reheat gently in the oven when needed. They also pair beautifully with plain yogurt or a spoonful of nut butter for a more filling option. And perhaps most importantly, The scent of apples baking in the oven evokes a sense of home and calm, something no microwave can replicate. It's a sensory experience that nourishes not just the body, but also the mind and memory. So next time you crave something sweet, skip the packaged snacks and go for a baked apple. It's a simple upgrade that delivers so much more than taste. It offers comfort, balance, and deep nourishment. 9. Tomatoes. Why roasting unlocks more nutrition? Tomatoes are another staple in healthy diets, especially for seniors looking to protect their heart, skin, and eyes. They're rich in vitamin C, potassium, and most famously, lycopene, a powerful antioxidant linked to reduced risk of heart disease and certain cancers. But what many people don't realize is that lycopene becomes more bioavailable when tomatoes are cooked. That means your body actually absorbs more of it from a roasted tomato than a raw one. Roasting tomatoes in the oven breaks down their tough cell walls, releasing the lycopene and concentrating their natural flavors. The result? A deeper, richer taste and a major nutritional upgrade. Plus, roasted tomatoes are gentler on sensitive stomachs than raw ones, which can be acidic or hard to digest for some older adults. Unlike microwaving, which can cause uneven texture or even explode juicy tomatoes, roasting provides consistent heat that caramelizes the sugars without degrading the nutrients. Want to make them even better? Roast tomatoes with a touch of olive oil, garlic, and herbs like thyme or oregano. The healthy fats from the oil help your body absorb the lycopene even more efficiently. Use them on toast, in pasta, blend it into soup, or as a side dish. Make a batch and store them in the fridge for a burst of flavor anytime. Tomatoes are one of nature's best gifts, and roasting them in the oven is a beautiful way to bring out both their flavor and their function. A little time, a little heat, and you've got something truly healing on your plate. The microwave may rush the process, but when it comes to tomatoes, slow roasting is the path to vibrant health. No hidden sugars, no unnecessary additives, and no fillers that strip away the bread's natural benefits. Whole grain flours retain the bran and germ, the most nutrient-dense parts of the grain. These components are rich in B vitamins, fiber, magnesium, and antioxidants, all essential for maintaining energy, supporting digestion, and keeping blood sugar stable, especially in older adults. When you bake bread in the oven, the slow rise and steady heat allow those grains to develop full flavor and texture. Unlike commercial bread that's often blasted with heat or loaded with conditioners for shelf life, homemade bread has depth, a crust that crackles gently, a crumb that's hearty yet soft. And best of all, a taste that actually satisfies, meaning you're less likely to overeat or reach for empty snacks later. Baking bread at home can also be an incredibly grounding ritual. Kneading dough, watching it rise, smelling it bake. These small actions offer sensory comfort and mental calm. For seniors, this isn't just about nutrition. It's about reconnecting to a rhythm, a purpose, and a product that nourishes in every sense. And if kneading feels like too much, there are simple, no-knead recipes that still deliver incredible results with minimal effort. Want to boost your loaf even further? Add seeds like flax or chia for omega-3s, or mix in chopped nuts for extra protein and crunch. Freeze slices and toast them as needed. Each piece a homemade foundation for a satisfying, blood sugar-friendly meal. Microwaves may have their place, but they'll never replace the aroma of a fresh loaf in the oven, or the satisfaction of knowing you made it yourself. For seniors looking to eat with intention, care, and flavor, baking your own whole grain bread is a step toward both health and joy. It's not just bread, it's nourishment crafted with your hands for your body and life. And that's the heart of it, choosing methods that care for both body and soul. When you take the time to bake, to roast, to prepare meals with intention, you're doing more than just making food. You're creating moments of nourishment that align with your body's needs as it changes through the years. You're giving your digestive system a break, your taste buds a treat, and your well-being a chance to flourish naturally. For seniors especially, these choices are empowering. They turn everyday meals into tools for strength, clarity, and comfort. Whether it's the steady energy from a slice of homemade whole grain bread, the gentle sweetness of a baked apple, or the immune-boosting compounds preserved in roasted broccoli, each dish becomes a small investment in long-term wellness. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by nutrition advice or unsure about which habits really matter, start here. Start with heat. Start with how you treat your ingredients. Let your oven become an ally in your health journey, not just a tool. You don't need fancy equipment or gourmet skills, just a willingness to slow down and care. Because aging well isn't about restriction. It's about intention. It's about savoring food that serves your body and your spirit. And it starts with the simple act of choosing how you cook. Swap the rush for a little ritual. Trade speed for depth. And watch how even one meal can make a meaningful difference. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the power of baking. If you found this message helpful, please like, share, or leave a comment below. And remember, here at Wellness Wisdom, we believe that small steps lead to lasting change. So take your time, trust your senses, and enjoy the warmth of every bite, made with care, for a life well lived.